Good morning, my loves. Deanna here from Deanna.org. I wanted to come on today and talk to you about something completely different and do a reading. But I have had an awareness come in around an energy that is really, really so heavy right now. And I wouldn't usually be channeling this sort of energy while I'm in it. But I really felt the need to share it with you just in case this is also happening for you, to offer whatever little bit of insight I may have that might help you understand what's happening right now. So before we start, I've got like my crystals and I've got, my bells and stuff like that. But I'll play the intro first and shower this transmission in those beautiful light codes, and then we'll get going. Hello, welcome back. Okay. I woke up with a really heavy, dense energy within me this morning, even more heavier than usual. I have already mentioned that I had felt like there was a few weeks back when we had I think it was a full moon in Virgo, that a portal opened, but it actually felt more like someone opened, I shit you not, someone opened the gates of hell and let in all of this, like just really heavy, dark, almost frightening energy. And so it's been hanging around and, in fact, building up over the last few weeks, in my experience, to the point where finally, it got to me a little bit last night, but I did have a good sleep. I managed to protect myself in sleep last night, but I woke up having this, still feeling this real heaviness of this energy. And it literally feels like so within my emotional body, I have what my mind translates as feeling of hopelessness, helplessness, feeling afraid, being concerned and anxious, all of those things. So there's an energetic resonance around this. And of course, these are all really heavy feelings. And so instead of trying to lift myself out of it, I decided to just sit with it, with this energy and these feelings, to try and decipher, discern what in the world is going on here. And as soon as I did that, and I stilled, I was in stillness and I allowed myself to receive whatever information, I was immediately taken back to the Dark Ages. And, the images came flooding in around dark days. I mean, literally dark days, lots of overcast, lots of rain, mud, cold, not being dressed properly, malnutrition, just the difficulties of that time, the fear that was embedded on a cellular level in every particle of a person, deep in the bones, deep under the skin, just so heavily embedded at, being dealt whatever cards you were dealt with in those lifetimes, and you just have your shitty lot and you just got to try and survive. Oh my God, so heavy, so heavy. And so I'm really here just to tell you that if you find yourself in this really heavy energy, because this heavy energy, let's face it, for many is a carbon copy of what they are living through right now. The point being that this has come up and out to clear these timelines in our evolutionary trajectory. I don't know how much longer this is going to go on for. I don't know how much work we need to do to clear this. What I do know is what's necessary is to recognize that this energy is still so very much alive within us at a cellular level. And that to begin to transmute it and to let it go, we have to recognize it within us and then acknowledge it in order for it, this extreme, it's like a blanket of darkness to just blanket over the world of this terrible darkness, of this hopelessness, this helplessness, this, oh my gosh. See, back, what I'm hearing really loudly and clearly, that back then there were in our consciousness, there were no thoughts around any possibility of transcendence, of being able to change one's stars, being able to change one's destiny, to do better, to be better. There were just very simply lives based on pure survival. Now, in the 21st century, we must be able to recognize how those timelines can still be very much alive within us. That energetic charge is what I'm talking about. That comes from back then. If you've had timelines at that time, and to know within us that we don't need to be there anymore, that we can dissolve and transmute that energy, that there certainly is hope, that we are not basically dealt our cards and that's it. We are victims of our circumstance, and that we are literally the family we were born in and stuff like that. We are so much more than that. This is through acknowledging these timelines, we transcend them and dissolve them by understanding who we really are, right? Excuse me. And that we are not stuck in whatever circumstance we are in at the moment. And it's so important to try and remember this. Try and remember this by remembering who you are, by valuing who you are, by valuing your soul, your spirit, your body, all of you. Not just the external achievements, your job, your money, none of that has anything to do with who you actually are. So taking our energy back and really making sure that who we are, we wear on our sleeve. Because this blanket of darkness, it's really, I mean, even I really felt a moment of struggling with this. I'm like, how am I? Where is the light? How am I going to, I don't know how to transcend this. And because obviously I wasn't sure in that moment how to do any of that, because I was really present with it, I then chose to just sit with the feeling and get whatever relevant messages there were for me. And once I acknowledged, I felt lighter within myself. So I knew I was on the right track. I felt more at peace. I felt more like myself, and I understood that it was still a conscious choice between those survival timelines and the present high vibrational timelines. It's a classic textbook example of how we are choosing our own reality every day. This is quantum. And so I'm talking to you. Yes, you, the one that's been on this journey already, the one that understands that that there are greater possibilities outside of the limitations of this physical experience, right? That's who I'm talking to. But this energy that's really active right now, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, it's we really are purging, and there's like a warning by spirit that is warning us from oh, that's advising not to shut this down. This, as hard as it is, as heavy as it is, needs to come up and be purged. It's a very simple process, like all the other processes. Stillness, be with it, get the message, the acknowledge, the courage and the strength to just stop and be with the feeling is absolutely the first step, without judgment. Just as is, yeah? Shadow, light, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Pain, emotional pain, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, the courage to just be. That's number one. And then to acknowledge in order to receive whatever messages are behind, yeah, in whichever way you receive them, whether you're visual through pictures or you're hearing stuff or you're kinesthetic, feeling energies and stuff like that. And then you'll feel a shift and the energy will tell you when it's ready to go. It's really that simple. And so then we are collapsing those timelines so that the new foundation timelines can be high vibrational. That's the work. So really what we are doing is we are transmuting past life and collapsing past life timelines that are holding the density down. So if this is you, I hope this information is helpful. And I keep looking. I've got this beautiful little new deck I want to show you. It's called Divine Doors by Andres and Garcia. And I keep looking at this to shuffle to see what message, what portal, what doors are opening or closing for us with this energy. Actually, hang on. Ooh, that was high. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, this one. Oh, okay. Look at that. On the other side of that archway, look how close we are. On the other side of that archway lies, oh my God, literally what I'm hearing is the Garden of Eden. On the other side of this dark shadow, these dark ages blanket, this heaviness, lies the Garden of Eden. The card says the Three of Cups, a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness, 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. I'm not even kidding you. Look at that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope this message finds you well. I hope it offers some insight and relief. Please protect yourself. Utilize, sorry, something in my eyeball. Utilize your divine guidance teams, calling all your guardian angels and whatever protection mechanisms you have. Protect your energy. You will feel this energy is really heavy, but don't attach yourself to it. Work with it, allow it to flow through you, acknowledge it, dissolve it, transcend it, collapse those timelines. If this is work that you have signed up to do yourself. If you are not sure how to do this, if you feel like you should learn, feel free to write to me. If this doesn't resonate, then this is not an aspect of the journey for you. So leave it. It's okay. No judgment, no nothing. It's just not your charge. It's not your circus, not your show. Okay, that's what I'm going to say for today. I've already been on for 20 minutes, so I'm going to Love you and leave you, my loves. Oh yeah, disco ball, purple. Sorry, no, I was going to say purple haze. My son and I joke about this, but in all seriousness, the violet flame, Saint Germain, and all the other things, the crystals, the bells, all of that. But at the end of the day, you saw how close we are. And the celebration is near. I shit you not, that's the Garden of Eden. And of course, that's the metaphorical Garden of Eden. But just these really, really old timelines, a little bit like, you know, those unseen pegs in the ground holding the circus tent down, the circus tent being 3D. Let's just dissolve it. Okay. Much love to you. Mwah. Bye.